Well, hello, everyone. My name is Missy Hides, and I am going to be sharing on the call tonight. And I want to make sure that I have this set up the right way. So if anybody can be hearing me or seeing me, if you could just maybe do some of those sticker thumbs up for me or comment, that would be super helpful, because then I would know that I'm on and that we're good to go. Yay. Okay. Getting some thumbs up, some loves. Awesome. All right. Well, I was going to adjust my seat here, but I think it's as adjusted as it's going to get. So awesome. You can hear me and you can see me. Yay. Awesome. All right. Well, I want to, just be prompt on time, and I really want to just thank all of you that are hopping on, whether you are a consultant with Arbonne, whether you are a guest, maybe you kind of just happened upon this and you weren't really sure what this was all about, but I really hope over the next 20 or so minutes just to bring some value to your journey in Arbonne. If you have already decided that this is a fit for you, if you are contemplating this as an option for yourself, then I hope that, I can just bring some value, maybe shed some light by sharing my story, and, just encourage you that this is just a wonderful opportunity. So thank you all for letting me know that you can see me and hear me, and I love interactions on lives. I think it's easier than just kind of statically talking, by myself. So, when I made a post on Facebook, I listed out really 8 reasons that I was going to share tonight. And so I really want to go through the story of Arbonne, with those 8 points, and again, just paint a full picture, but at the same time really share my story, because I think at the end of the day, what is powerful is people's own personal experiences. So giving just a quick background, my name is Missy Hides. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if I shared that. I am currently a regional vice president and an independent consultant with Arbonne. While I live in Kentucky, I was actually born and raised on a farm in North Dakota, about an hour from the Canadian border. And the town that I'm from is about 300 people. So I was raised, really in a pretty small community of people, a really close-knit group of people. I was raised to work hard. I was, I saw that being modeled over and over again. And I kind of tease people all the time that when I was offered this opportunity with Arbonne, really what I brought to the table was a good work ethic. I knew how to play basketball, and I loved Jesus. That was kind of the big skills that I brought to the table. And so I ended up in Kentucky because right after college, I actually went and I spent 1 year with a missionary group. And I didn't really know where that was going to lead me, but I really got a heart for international missions, and I got a heart for people in a way that I had never had a heart before. And I saw need, and I saw people having struggle, and I knew I wanted to be a part of that. And also in that year that I worked with this missionary group, I fell in love with a wonderful man named Sonny Hides, and that's how I ended up in Louisville, Kentucky. So that was around the time I was probably 18 or 19. We got married when I was 22, finished my degree. I do have a background, a bachelor's in communications and international studies, because I went to school, maybe like some of you, and maybe if you want to raise your hand, yep, that was me. You went to school really just to go to school, but you didn't really have a clear career path. I went to school really trying to figure out how I could make a career out of, somewhat making a difference, whether that was nonprofit or in the missions world. And so after college, and while I was in college, I served and bartended at restaurants. I coached basketball. So I had kind of non-traditional jobs. So when I got out of college and I got my first, what I would kind of call career job, where you get hired, you have a salary, you have benefits, you have X amount of days for time off, I was 24. And what I realized, or maybe I was 23, what I realized was that I was a really good worker, that I was a really motivated person, but I was not a good employee. And I don't know if anybody else can feel me on that. And maybe you could be like, yep, that was me. But I just didn't really want to be told when to come to work, when to go home. But mostly I didn't want to be told when I could have time off. And I didn't want to be told or have someone else decide for me what I could earn or make. Because in my mind, if I worked harder, I should be able to make more money. And if I worked just enough to, fulfill the job duties, then I would get, that set income. But not having an ability to really decide what days I had off or when I could go to North Dakota to see my family or friends, and then not having any ability to leverage my income, wasn't ideal for me. But I also knew I was 24, and how many choices do you have, at the ripe old age of 24? And so when Arbonne was shared with me, it was shared with me from a coworker. And, I'm so grateful that Debbie took the time to share it with me. And here's the thing, you all, this might be helpful for some of you consultants. What Debbie did was she just left a little hand cream on my desk, and I actually went into her office and I said, what is this? And so sometimes you will have people like me who will come and ask you about your business. Not too often, but that can happen sometimes. And so she shared it with me, and that was a Friday. It took her probably less than an hour to tell me really all about it. And what she shared really caught my attention. And so I went home and I told Sonny, I said, I think I want to start a business with Arbonne. And he said, what's Arbonne? And I said, oh, it's this really awesome network marketing company, and I think I want to do it. And then the next question he said was, well, have you tried any of their products? And I said, no, but I think they're going to be awesome. And why I share that, this is part of the why I said yes, is because I looked at Arbonne from a business venture standpoint. I didn't look at Arbonne as, ooh, I'm super passionate about skincare. I'm super passionate about health and wellness. I had no business, you all, telling people about skincare or health and wellness. Prior to Arbonne, I was using Aveeno from Target because that's what I could afford. I think it was $8 a bottle, and it seemed kind of natural. I didn't know. And I knew that fast food wasn't really healthy, so I would pick Subway, as the healthy choice. So that was my reference point on this whole health and wellness concept. But what I saw was a business opportunity that I saw evidence. And that is part of why I said yes. So if you're on this call tonight and you have a white Mercedes with Arbonne, please just say me or yes, or I've got the bins. Because what I loved when I heard about Arbonne was that there were people living in my city, people in extended networks where I didn't know them, but I knew people who knew them, that were being successful at what I was considering a level of success, which was being a VP and having a paid for Mercedes. So I'm going to ask you guys to just comment. I know Christina, you're on there. Mary Burleson, you're on there. There's a couple of you. Christy Von Wahlberg, you guys, you all have the bins. I have the bins. So that was proof. It was evidence. So that's important when you're sharing this. We want to share evidence of this, okay? The other thing was that it was low risk. At the time, I was working full time. My husband and I were living in a 1-bedroom apartment. He had a master's and really was just having a very difficult time finding employment in his field. It was with government work, and all levels of government went on a hiring freeze. Isn't that awesome? So he ended up being a barista at Starbucks. And so, I didn't have a huge amount of money to sink into a business. So, when I was looking at, thinking about I don't want to be an employee, but what would I do? And I will tell you guys, I didn't spend lots of times thinking about it. There was just a discontentedness in my soul, knowing that I didn't want to be an employee for the rest of my life. And so there was low risk. It was $80 or maybe $60, or I don't even remember. It was 12 years ago. To sign up, I bought some product, and here's what I did to buy product. And if you're a new consultant and your finances are tight, our finances were tight. We were living in a 1-bedroom apartment. We were sharing a Jeep that we paid $1 for, $1. And I think that was only because for the state of Kentucky, you had to have some sort of transaction. Okay, so it was basically a free car we were given. But we had a little bit of money in savings. And so what we did was Sonny was very much on board within, I heard about this on a Friday. By Monday, I was signing up. And the only thing that he said was, I just really want you to commit to this at least for a year to see how you like it, if you can be successful at it. And so what we did was we took half of our savings, which was around $500, and we invested it into this business. I bought a skincare set, an RE9 set, I bought some makeup, I bought some catalogs, I think that included my sign up, and then we took the other $500 and we gave it away to somebody that was going on a missions trip, because we felt that we wanted to sow into the things that we wanted this business to sow into one day. And so, that was definitely a step of faith, and that was probably the biggest risk that we took with this business. But we did that. And so I'm going to encourage you that if you haven't yet really kind of invested into your business at a level that feels risky for you, for some people, risk feels like $200. For some of you, you can invest $800 or $1,000 to get your tools. The investment part, that a dollar amount doesn't matter. What matters is that you're making a commitment to this business. Okay, so I did that. And the other reason why I said yes was that I was being given an opportunity. And I was smart enough to know that opportunity doesn't come around just every day. And I saw this for what it was, and I didn't know anything. I didn't have a business degree. I didn't have any business sense. I wasn't a skincare or cosmetic person, but I saw this for what it was, and so I was willing to jump in. So why did I start without ever trying a product sample? Again, I started because it was a business opportunity. One of the things that I think about is before I said yes to Arbonne, I had actually tried to get my husband to look at franchising Papa Murphy's restaurants. They were really popular up in North Dakota because when everybody is living in rural settings, to buy your pizza like already at a Pizza Hut, and then you drive it home, it's cold and gross. So take and bakes were a big thing. They were not yet down here in 2004. So I asked Sonny, I said, hey, I think we should kind of look into this. If you can't tell, most people marry somebody that's kind of opposite of them. So I'm kind of squirrely, adventurous, a little bit more of a risk taker. Sonny is an analyst. Okay, that's like what he does now. He owns a business as a data analyst. So very risk adverse. We're a great complement to each other. And he just was like, I don't want to own a pizza business. I don't want to do anything like that. And there was a huge investment. I think it was going to be like $60,000. Here's the thing. I wasn't looking at opening up a Papa Murphy's franchise because I was passionate about Papa Murphy's franchise or Papa Murphy's pizza. We have friends that have spent tens of thousands, close to $100,000 opening a State Farm agency. They don't open that because they're so passionate about the insurance product that State Farm offers. They do that because it's a business opportunity. And so that's what Arbonne is. So why was it a great option for me at 24? It was an awesome option because I had little money. I had what I would call a smallish market. I was new to Louisville, Kentucky. I'm from North Dakota. It is 16 hours away. At the time, I don't even think my phone was a texting phone. I think it was like a brick Nokia phone with like a pull-out antenna, So I didn't have a lot of access to kind of drive, connections and market up there. I had no business experience, and I was working full-time, and we were super involved in lots of things. So, it wasn't that I was bored. And I decided to build a business with Arbonne because I wanted it to give me business income. I didn't build a business with Arbonne because I was looking for a hobby or something fun. So just, that you might be on this call tonight and you might be looking for fun. You might be looking for a wonderful product, and Arbonne offers that, and I'm going to explain that in just a second. But there are a lot of people that they have very little time. It's Sunday night, you're counting down the hours, you're maybe on this call just doing a friend a favor, and you're like, this girl better wrap it up here pretty quick because I got to get to bed, because I got to get up at 5 in the morning, I got to haul my kids to a daycare, I got to go work for the man, I got to come home, and guess what? By next Friday, I know I'm going to get this amount of money. Okay, so I get it. So you don't have time for fun, but you have a huge need, and Arbonne can absolutely meet that. So why did I stay? Why have I stayed for 10 years? Have I stayed because it's been just rainbows and unicorns and oh so magical every moment? No, I have stayed because the only thing that's going to determine my success or my failure in this business is me. Okay, and I knew that if I quit, failure was inevitable. I knew that if I stuck it out, success was inevitable. And so that's why I stayed. I also stayed because of the product that I did come to love and that I am passionate about. And I cannot imagine not having our products with Arbonne. Our products are botanically based. They're vegan certified. We use non-GMO ingredients. We're kosher. We are free of parabens and phthalates. Like what we offer has been built on a framework of pure, safe, and beneficial since 1980. You all, nobody cared about pure, safe, beneficial, green, vegan, botanically based products in 1980. Everybody wants to jump on the train now. We have been leading the train for almost 40 years. I came to see that these products made a difference. From the first time when I got my R9 set, the next morning after I'd used the night cream, it was literally one of those where I'm like looking at the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, oh, okay, these products work, because I could tell a difference in my skin. So the other thing that has made me stay is this culture within Arbonne. There are lots and lots of network marketing companies, social marketing companies that people can choose to be a part of, but there is only one Arbonne, and we are the only company that has a culture like we do. It is almost undescribable. I have had people join my business, and once they get plugged into the culture, they have said, if I knew that the culture was like this, I would have said yes years ago. Right, Tracy? You know who you are. Because they are blown away by the level of people, the connectedness, the encouragement, the personal development that they get from this business. Okay? So that's, why I have stayed and why I'm so passionate about this business. And here's the thing, you guys, this business, it is not perfect. It's just better. It is absolutely better. I would go head to head with any other business, occupation, career path, and share with them why this is better. It's just better. It's not perfect. It's just better. And it's better for lots and lots of reasons. Okay? So understand why it's better. It's better because it offers you a full-time income to unlimited income with part-time hours. It's a business where you leverage your time. It is a business that gets you out of trading time for money. If you only can ever earn income by trading time for money, you will always cap out what you're able to earn. And as you get older, your income needs to be rising as your level of commitment or time either stays the same or goes down. Okay, that's the best retirement plan that you can have. This is a business where we get paid on the network that we build, not just trading time for money. So in the beginning, you're going to have a little network and you're going to have a little business. And there's 4 management levels within Arbonne, and I'm going to share those really briefly. The first is district manager. Average income is $250 to $1,000 a month. Okay, that income, that's like a car payment or a credit card bill or maybe a student loan or maybe private education for your kids or maybe a Disney vacation fund. Okay, it's a little bit, but your network is little at the beginning. We get paid from Arbonne to give access to a network, and the bigger the access we give, the bigger the network we build, the more income we make. The second level is area manager. Area manager income is around $1,200 to $3,000 a month. That income level for me was what I was able to achieve about 10 months into my business. And for me, that matched that full-time income 11 years ago. Okay, so as becoming just the second level of management within this business, I was able to leave my full-time job. That was an awesome perk. One of the other awesome perks of the area manager level and above is that this business becomes willable, okay? Right now, my husband and I, in the last 10 years, we have built a beautiful family of 4 girls. Yes, hear me, 4 girls. If there's any girl moms out there, raise your hand. They're 10, they're 6.5, 4.5, and 2, and they're amazing. And we, as parents, have been able to be very present with them for the entire time we've had them. This business currently, as a regional vice president, as a well-paid regional vice president, supports my entire family. I said my husband's starting a business. He's doing awesome with it. It's not super profitable. No big deal. This business is what supports our family. But if something happens to me, this income isn't going away. It's being willed to him, and then to him it'll go to the girls. So as long as there is business happening within your Arbonne business, as long as there's sales and product being moved, your family or whoever you've willed this business to continues to have income. That's a massive deal, you all. That's not being offered. That's one of the reasons why this isn't perfect. It's just better because that's not being offered anywhere else. Okay, the third level is regional vice president. Average income there is around $5,000 to $10,000, and that's awesome. I don't have a degree, nor do I want to work, the hours that I work. Could I go out and make that kind of income? Okay, so for the last 10 years, I haven't had a boss. I was an area manager, then grew the business. Now I'm a regional vice president. I'm 37 years old. I'm a mom of 4. I make enough of an income that supports a family of 6 because I make that middle to high end of that regional vice president income, and this business is built on part-time hours. The other big perk about being a regional vice president and a national vice president is you get the white Mercedes. And I will tell you all, that was attractive to me at 24 for the sheer fact that I have enough of a competitive drive, and I thought if these other ladies that I'm meeting can earn a free white Mercedes, I could probably earn a free white Mercedes. And you might be sitting there if you're a guest and you're like, I'm not a car person. I'm super happy with my, Ford Windstar minivan. That's awesome. You could be happy with it. Or maybe you like, your Honda Pilot. But it's a paid for car. We all want a paid for car. And it happens to be a white Mercedes. It's just awesome. Okay? So you get $800 a month as a regional vice president. Top level with the business is national vice president. Average income there is around $20,000 to $25,000 a month. That's awesome money. That's incredible money. That's family changing money. That's community changing money. That's like killer big money. And then it goes up from there. And that's the unlimited part. And you got to think about that. So why is this a greater option now than it was when I started? When I started, Arbonne was not global. We were in the U.S. When I started, we didn't have a lot of things that we do now. When I started, there weren't these mega trends that are happening. Mega trends, 4 of them, health and wellness. We see it everywhere. It's ridiculous. Everything is green. Everything's botanically based. Everything's vegan. Farm to table restaurants, athletic workout wear is what every, female on the planet is wearing 24/7, even if she doesn't work out. We see this all the time. So health and wellness is on the rise big time. Online sales is overtaking retail sales. 51% of people prefer to shop online than to shop in a store. We are entering what's called the decline of retail, which will lead to the death of retail. Big retail stores, big anchor stores, they're going away, they're dying. People want to shop online, they want it shipped to their house. Third mega trend is home-based businesses. 1 in 6, you all, 1 in 6 people are affiliated, 1 in 6 households are affiliated with some sort of social marketing company like Arbonne. By 2025, it's estimated that 1 in 3. That is a big deal. There's lots of reasons for that, and I'm going to touch on those in a minute, but the last thing is social media. Social media is changing our lives. Social media allows us a place to connect up with people. Social media also allows us to learn from people. We like a personal recommendation. And when I say personal, I'm meaning you see somebody post something on Facebook. You follow a blogger. You watch a YouTube video. You see somebody put a link on Instagram. We like that personalness of product, the personalness of gathering information, of learning, more than we ever have before. And social media is the absolute best conduit to do that. So Arbonne is in line with all of those things. The other thing is we're now in 7 countries and we're growing into more and more. Okay, we're in the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, Taiwan, Poland, New Zealand, and we are going into Germany in 2018. And then I have heard that no one's told me the countries, but there's 2 more on deck after that. And we're just gonna keep going from there. And again, think of this network. Small network when you think of the U.S. population in regards to global population. Now we're in 7 countries. Well, what's it going to look like when we're in 20 countries? What's it going to look like when we're in 30 countries? Okay, that's the opportunity that this business has, and it runs all from these stinking phones that we're all on right now, or our laptops or tablets. That's the awesome part of this business. Okay, so I was going to say something. Oh, why are people attracted to home-based businesses? Why are there 1 in 6 people right now? Because you might be thinking, I'm not a good salesperson, or all these reasons why not. And I had that thought for about a half a second when I looked at this opportunity, and I thought, well, what if it doesn't work? And then I thought, nope, what if this does work? What if this does work? Because here's the thing, you all, we are living in a time where everybody needs more income. Everybody needs more income, because this is the first time globally where we have 4 generations of people trying to find work and obtain work in the workforce, and there's not enough work to go around at a income that they can earn adequate for living. Okay, why is that happening? It's happening because baby boomers, who are the 60 and 70-year-olds, are not moving out of the workforce at the rate that 20-somethings and 30-somethings are coming into the workforce. They don't have enough retirement. They don't have enough savings. Because of health and wellness, because of education, because of medicine, they're going to live into their 90s, and they know that if they stop working right now, they're going to run out of money. Okay, so they're either leaving their career job and re-entering the workforce at a Starbucks, a Home Depot, a Walmart greeter. And, those people are not there. I hear people like, oh, they're there because they're bored and they want to be social. Wrong. They're not there because they're bored and they want to be social. They're there because they need income. There might be a small group of people who are there for the social reasons, but if they had a fully funded retirement, they would go be social in Mexico or somewhere else, not standing in Walmart as a greeter for $8 an hour. I can guarantee you that. What happens then is it's backlogging this system. So now we have 80% of college graduates living at home with their parents. The average college student in the U.S. is in debt around $30,000, and the top employers are places like Target and Starbucks. That is a difficult way to start your adult life. So every generation of people are looking for opportunities like this. So don't decide for somebody. I am so glad that somebody didn't kind of take me out and say, oh, she's 24, they live in a 1-bedroom apartment, she's driving this Jeep that smokes to work, smoked out the back end. She wouldn't be a good candidate for this business. Don't discount someone who's a 62-year-old elementary school teacher, and they've been a teacher their whole life and they just love it and they're just counting down the 3 more years to retirement. Well, what if you could show them how to replace enough income so they could retire at the end of this school year? I'm pretty sure, they're going to give you a hug and a kiss on the face. And thank you so much for telling them about Arbonne. Okay? Why does this business work for me as a mom of 4 now? It works because it creates a flexible life. I can do this business in chunks of time like this. Okay? My 4 kids at summer, they're still up. They're just watching a movie right now with their dad. We were just in North Dakota for the entire month of July. We got home a day and a half ago. 2 days ago, whatever it was. I took this business with us. My business is growing. I sponsored people into my business. And here's the other thing. That whole trip was a tax write-off. Woo-woo! Because that's what this business offers. This goes back to it's not perfect. It's just better, okay? So it is flexible. It's built on part-time hours. It also gives me as a mom an outlet, a place of not only productivity, because we can be productive doing lots of things, but it gives me a place to achieve. It gives me a place to grow personally. And it also, I believe, is an awesome place for my kiddos to see their mom accomplishing really cool things and going on really cool trips and earning cool rewards. It's creating in them a belief that if mom can do things like this, we can do things like this. So maybe you're on this call and maybe you need to start an Arbonne business because your kids need to see that you can go out and accomplish some things, so that it gives them the courage and the belief to know that they can accomplish it. Or maybe you're a consultant and you just need to take your business to the next level and create some exciting things for your family. Okay? So why do I think everybody deserves the opportunity to hear it? I believe that they need to hear it, and I believe that you need to give it at least a few minutes to chew on and process and ponder, because this is a business that creates a life of choices. It gives you opportunities. There are aspects of Arbonne that are dreamy. The products are dreamy. The culture is dreamy. The personal development, even though it's difficult, is dreamy. But what this business does, it is the vehicle that brings finances and time into your life, so you can do the things that you dream about. You can do the things that you're passionate about. Right now, I'm really passionate about my kids. When we were growing our family, and you guys saw the thing about, I'm a mom and I was a missionary, my husband and I were in full-time international missions for 8 years. This business gave space financially for us to work with a missions organization full-time that had zero income. Okay, we were considered faith-based supported missionaries, which means our church supported us some monthly. We had individual families that supported us monthly. But my husband got to walk out his passions and his callings. And in large part, it was financed by this business. Okay, we are super passionate about international missions. We've been to places like China. We've been to North Africa. We've been to Haiti multiple times. We got to live in Hawaii twice as missionaries, so my husband could teach missionaries who live in Bangladesh and India and all of these really cool places. He got to travel to Europe and do things, as we were growing our family, as I was getting to build this business. And we didn't have to be he didn't have to say no to that in order to keep a full-time job. Was it always like super financially fluffy? No, but that's part of faith, and that's part of walking out your calling, just like it is in this business. This business isn't always going to be financially fluffy, but it is going to absolutely give you those opportunities and those options. So we say all the time, life by design. There's a cool sign behind me that my team got for me, and it says she designed a life she loved. And that's absolutely what this business has brought to us. It is absolutely a life, I believe, ordained by the Lord, that he's giving us the space to design and walk out. And we just love it, and I'm passionate about sharing it with people. And I know I'm over time, and I'm so sorry, but that's how it goes sometimes. People can hop off if they don't want to hear all the nuggets. So thank you all for hopping on. I have so appreciated the little hearts and the words of encouragement as we've shared it, as I've shared it. And so I just hope that, if you are a guest on here tonight, connect back up with whoever shared this with you, and just get your questions answered. Figure out what you need, because you can purchase products. You can be a preferred client. You pay $20, and for 1 year, you get all your products at 20 to 40% off. It's a cool shopper's discount. Or I'm going to invite you personally to consider partnering with us as a consultant. It's $79 to get started. You get a personalized website, you get some catalogs, some samples, you get plugged into the business plan that the person that invited you to this is up and running with and being successful. And we'd love to have you be a part of this culture. Your life will be forever changed if you say yes to Arbonne on one of those 3 levels. I can guarantee you that. That's a promise I absolutely can give you. The products will change your life, and this business will absolutely change your life. So thank you all for letting me share. Hope this was encouraging and helpful. Feel free to share it once it gets posted, and just appreciate your all's time. So y'all have a good night.